Good morning, students. I am your physics teacher, Ms. Shazia Bashir. Today I will explain you chapter number 2, measurement. In this unit, students, we are discussing about some measuring instruments. Number 1 is physical balance. You know, this is a physical balance. It is used to measure mass of different objects in laboratory. It has a beam, white in color. This beam is resting at center. There are two pens hanging from the beam. It also carries two pen hooks. A long pointer capable of swinging on a scale is attached to the middle of the beam. Working of physical balance. Suppose we have to find the mass of an object. The object is placed on left pen and the standard masses are on the right pen. And you will place some standard masses in such a way that they can balance the unknown object. We will put some more masses in right pen, then turn knob B in clockwise position. Fulcrum will rise from its position and the pointer will align itself in the center position or at zero position. If the pointer aligns at zero position, then we can determine the mass of an object. Another measuring instrument which is commonly used in physics laboratories is stopwatch. To measure the time interval of an event or experiment, we use stopwatch. It consists of two scales, second hand and minute hand. To note the time, both hands of the stopwatch are set at 0 by pressing and releasing the knob B. As the knob B is pressed and again released, this watch starts. When the second hand completes one rotation of 60 seconds, the minute hand advances by one division. When we want to stop the watch, the knob B is pressed. The knob B is pressed and released again. The new position of the hands gives the time interval for which the watch was in operation. Measuring cylinder. This measuring cylinder is also used in physics laboratories to measure the volume of liquids. It is a glass cylinder with a scale graduated in cubic centimeters or milliliters. When the liquid is poured, it rises to certain height in the cylinder. The level of liquid in the cylinder is noted and the volume of the liquid is obtained. Now students, we discuss about significant figures and the rules of significant figures. Significant means important and figures mean digits. And while we are solving mathematical problems as well as physics problems, we use different rules of significant figures. So first, we discuss about the definition of significant figures. All the accurately known digits and the first doubtful digit in an expression are called significant figures. It also reflects the precision of a measured value of a physical quantity. And what are the rules of significant figures? All non-zero digits are significant. For example, the number 459 has three significant figures. Number 2, zeros lying between non-zero digits are significant. For example, the number 3004 has four significant figures. There are two non-zero digits, 3 and 4 are two non-zero digits, and there are two zeros which are between 3 and 4, they are also significant. So here 4 digits are significant. Number 3. All the zeros which locate the decimal point in a number less than 1 are not significant. What it means? For example, the number less than 1 is 0.00989. Suppose is this number. Here the zeros after the decimal point are not significant. Only the non-zero digits are significant. So here 3 digits are significant. 989. Number 4. The zeros which are located immediately to the right of the decimal point are significant. What it means? It means the zeros after a decimal point are significant or are important. For example, 398.000 has 6 significant figures. There are 3 non-zero digits and after decimal point there are 3 zeros. So these all digits are countable. Number 5. Zeros laying the decimal point in a number greater than 1 are not necessarily significant. For example, the number 600 has only one significant figure. It means 6 is important and zeros can be converted into the power of 10. Number 6. When 2 or more numbers are used in a calculations, then the number of significant figures with answer is limited the number of significant figures in the original data. For example, we have to find the area of a rectangle. The length is 9.8 meter and the breadth is 17.1 meter. Then the area of rectangle is length multiplied by breadth. It will give you the answer 167.5 m square, but the significant figures are 2. After decimal point, there are 2 significant figures. We will make the data round off. Then after the round of the data, we will get 170 square meter. Number 7. Addition or subtraction of numbers expressed in scientific notations requires that they should be written with the same power of 10. For example, we have to add these two numbers 2.25 times 10 raised to power 6 and 6.4 times 10 raised to power 7. Then we will make the same powers of 10. Then the first number will be written as it is 2.25 times 10 raised to power 6, and the second number in the second number we will break the power of 10. So it becomes 6.4 times 10 raised to power 1 multiplied by 10 raised to power 6. After that we will take a common 10 raised to power 6 from both numbers 2.25 and 64. Then we will add 64 and 2.25. Finally it becomes 66.25 times 10 raised to power 6. Now students, we solve these numericals. Question 2.1. From diagram 1, calculate the zero error. In this diagram, the zero of the vernier scale is at the right side of the zero of the main scale, so it is a positive zero error. Now we make the data. Positive zero error is equal to question mark. Least count of vernier caliper is 0.01 centimeter, and the number of division of the vernier scale which exactly coincides with the any division of the main scale is 6 division. Now we will calculate positive zero error by using formula n times least count. N is 6 and least count is 0.01. After multiplication, the zero error is 0.06 centimeter. 2.1b. Diagram 2 shows the reading obtained for the diameter of a sphere using the same calipers. Calculate the diameter of the sphere. Now we make the data. Main scale reading is 3.9 centimeter. Vernier scale reading is 2 division. How we find the vernier scale reading? We will see the second division of vernier scale exactly coincides with the ending division of the main scale. Least count of vernier caliper is 0.01 centimeter, and the fractional part is equal to vernier scale reading multiplied by least count. 2 is multiplied by 0.01, then the fractional part becomes 0.02 centimeter. We have to find total diameter of sphere. How can we find the total diameter of sphere? By using formula main scale reading plus fractional part. The main scale reading is 3.9 and the fractional part is 0.02. After addition, we will get 3.92 centimeter. This is the total diameter of sphere. Now we find actual diameter of sphere. Actual diameter of sphere is equal to total diameter of sphere minus positive zero error. Total diameter of sphere is 3.92. We will subtract positive zero error from the total reading. It is 0.06. Then actual diameter of sphere is 3.86 centimeter. Question 2.2. The mass of an electron is 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 31 kg. Convert it in grams, milligrams and micrograms. Now first we make the data. Mass of electron is 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 31 kg. We have to change this mass into grams, milligrams and micrograms. Now come to solution. Conversion of kilograms into grams. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams, or we can write 10 raised to power 3 grams. And how many kilograms are given? 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 31 is multiplied by 10 raised to power 3 grams. Then we will solve the powers of 10. Minus 31 plus 3, it becomes 10 raised to power minus 28 grams. So the mass of electron is equal to 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 28 grams. Now students, we have to convert kilograms into milligrams. 1 kilogram is equal to 10 raised to power 6 milligrams. And how many kilograms are given in the question? 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 31. This value can be solved with 10 raised to power 6. After solving, we will get the mass of electron is equal to 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 25 milligrams. Now we have to convert kilograms into micrograms. 1 kilogram is equal to 10 raised to power 9 micrograms. And again we will use the same value, 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 31 multiplied by 10 raised to power 9. Then these two powers will be subtracted from each other. Then finally we will get 9.11 times 10 raised to power minus 22 grams. Question 2.3. The radius of hydrogen atom is 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 10 meter. Convert it in centimeter, millimeter and nanometer. Now we make the data. Radius of hydrogen atom is 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 10 meter, and we have to change this radius into centimeter, millimeter and nanometer. Now we come to solution. Conversion of meter into centimeter. 1 meter contains 100 centimeter or 10 raised to power 2 centimeter. Then we will solve the given value in the question. 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 10 is multiplied by 10 raised to power 2. After solving both the powers, we will get 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 8 centimeter. Now we have to convert meter into millimeter. 1 meter contains 10 raised to power 3 meter. What it means? It means 1000 meter. 1 meter is equal to 1000 meter or 10 raised to power 3 meter. And how many meters are given in the question? 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 10. It is solved with 10 raised to power 3. Then we will get 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 7 millimeter. Then we will convert meter into nanometer. 1 meter is equal to 10 raised to power 9 nanometer. And how many meters are given in the question? 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 10 is multiplied by 10 raised to power 9. Then we will solve again both the powers. 0.53 times 10 raised to power minus 1 nanometer. So we have changed the meter into centimeter, millimeter and nanometer. Question 2.4. This is the last problem of your chapter number 2. The time taken by an electron to complete one rotation about its nucleus is 0.5 times 10 raised to power minus 18 seconds. Convert it into minutes, hours and microseconds. Now first we make the data. Time taken by an electron is 0.5 times 10 raised to power minus 18 seconds. We have to change this time into minutes, hours and microseconds. Now first we will change seconds into minutes. But what we know that 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. And when we have to change 1 second into minutes, then 1 second contains 1 upon 60 minutes. Then we will divide 0.5 times 10 raised to power minus 18, which is given in the question, by 60. Then these seconds will be changed into minutes. Again we will solve this question. 0.5 is divided by 60, it becomes 8.333 times 10 raised to power minus 3 multiplied by 10 raised to power minus 18. Again 10 raised to power minus 3 and minus 18 will be added. These two powers will be added. Then finally we will get 8.333 times 10 raised to power minus 21 minutes. Now students, we have to convert seconds into hours. But we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes and 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Then 1 hour contains 3600 seconds, but we have to change seconds into hours. Then 1 second is equal to 1 upon 3600 hours. And how many hours are given? 0.5 times 10 raised to power minus 18. Then we will divide this value by 3600. Then we will get 13.888 times 10 raised to power minus 4. Then we will solve this value by 10 raised to power minus 18. Then both the powers will be added. Minus 4 and minus 18 becomes minus 22 hours. Then the time taken by an electron in hours is 8.333 times 10 raised to power minus 22 hours. Now we have to change seconds into microseconds. 1 second contains 10 raised to power 6 microseconds. And again in the question 0.5 times 10 raised to power minus 18 seconds are given. We have to change this into microseconds. Then we will multiply this value by 10 raised to power 6. Again we will solve the powers of 10. Minus 18 plus 6 becomes 10 raised to power minus 12. Then the time taken by an electron in microseconds is equal to 0.5 times 10 raised to power minus 12 seconds. Now students, it's your home assignment. Answer these questions. Question number 1. What are the significant figures in the following measurements? 1.009, 2001, 0.00450, 1.66 times 10 raised to power minus 27 kilogram. Question number 2. In an experiment, the mass of a calorimeter has been found 36.35 grams. Express this mass in milligrams, micrograms and kilograms. Question number 3. With what instrument can you find mass of a body, time of an experiment and volume of a liquid? I hope students you like this lecture. Thank you. Take care and Allah Hafiz.